Hello, folks, calls. You know the drill. Say hello in the comments and let's get this on. That one. Live. Where have all my comments gone? What's it doing? I had all my comments there a second ago. Hello, folks. Sunday night, 9 o'clock UK time. Question and answers time. Well, in a bit. It's a little bit more sedate in here today, isn't it? A little bit quieter and calmer. I've been beasting the kids outside. Yeah, the garden was a right mess. So, and Corbin yesterday, he pushed his luck, the lad did. He really did. How he's still alive, I'm not sure. He had a friend sleep over. And at 4 o'clock in the morning, I went into their room going, right, enough, sleep. So I got them up early and they did the garden today. Right, hello, let me point that down a little. There you are, that's a bit better, isn't it? So, I see lots of names. Right, who've we got? Right, I see Pat, Tim, Max, Big Boy Roy, Patrick, Bill, Jamie, Drom, welcome Drom, Byron, Joanne, Odin, Jez, Tam, Septic, Johnny Zarksimo, and say hi in the chat. Exactly, mate. Kilbride, Red Green, Pagan, Cookie Dough, 57, Mac the Maker, Insane, Pan and Fred. I think we're caught up there. So there's a fair few of you watching. How are we doing? Right, if you've got any questions, yeah, there are links down in the description to the Google Doc. This is a Q&A show. Yeah, get your questions down below. Yeah, we'll have a chat about those in a minute. I'm a little bit more settled with the old screeny things and the old OBSs. I've got a little bit more comfortable with it. So, hopefully that's not too bad. It is a lovely summer Sunday afternoon. To be perfectly honest, I'm not expecting that many viewers because if anyone's got any sense, they wouldn't be at home looking at the computer or live streaming. They'd be in a beer garden or having a barbecue round about now. But for us, we soldier on with the terrain. That's a good brew. Right. So, I've got no questions as of yet. Now, down below is also the links for the various things for the stream. So, you've got the links to donate. You can donate via the Streamlabs links, and it makes my screen do that funny oh yeah sound. Yeah, or you can donate. Oh, first question's in. Yeah. Oh.
It's cold.
You cold?
Yeah.
It's roasting. You got a bit of sunstroke.
I've been out in the bloody sun.
Yeah, that's true. You do need to go out in the sun to get sunstroke.
Mornings and nights for me now, baby. Mornings and nights.
Yeah, that's true. That's a whole new conversation we'll have to have a chat about. But anyway, where was I? She's completely thrown me. What are you looking at me like that for? What? Has she locked you in here with me? Is she eating Maltesers without you? Oh, what's this? You coming over to say hello? Come on then. I'm over here. Come on. Oh, well. Yes. Methinks Mum's got Maltesers and she's locked us in the living room because she wants to eat them guilt-free. Has she got Maltesers? Won't she give you one? Or has she got cookies? And before everyone starts chiming up about chocolate and dogs, yeah, it takes roughly 14 ounces of chocolate, yeah, to get Oz, milk chocolate, to get Oz to the toxicity level. Yeah, a Malteser ain't going to do nothing. Is it? No. Can I have a Malteser? No, you can't. Right. So there's questions down below. There's obviously the links to the screen. There's obviously the links to direct via PayPal. There's the links to Patreon. And on top of that, there is also... Where else is there? Links to the Amazon wishlist. Yes. Right. Right, I've got 3 questions in so far. We're going to give it about 10 minutes, let them build up, and then we'll get stuck in, guys. So in the meantime, we'll have a little bit of a chat. Yeah. It's Sunday. Action was yesterday. Everyone's saying the beer garden was... Yesterday, was it? It's been grey and dull and rainy up north all day. Jez, I feel for you, buddy. So, Mac, are you cleaning the basement whilst on the chat? I've cleaned the garden today. I cleared out the shed. The shed is where I store all my offcuts of foam. And it's got to the stage now where I have an entire shed full of offcuts. I save every little bit. I mean, I've got little chunks like that of expanded. Yeah, and so I've been quite merciless and I've been slowly working through them. But I've also been bringing, quite a lot of it in here. You really are cold, aren't you? Has she left you in here again, Oz? She's done it again, hasn't she? She doesn't love you, mate. Oh, those sad eyes. Has to pay for you to do. It's the doggo. Hiya, cat. How are you doing, darling? Went down to Sharp's Books, got home, fell asleep. Haven't done that in years. I must admit, I had a daddy nap this afternoon after I'd done the garden. It was hot. Yeah, the kids have been having baths and the water was like just above stone cold. So it was like lovely. Quick wash. I'll go for a quick lie down on the bed, dry off, you know what I mean. Yeah, cool down a little. 5 minutes later. Mel's getting old. What does the weather report look like for Stoke? It's pretty good here, actually, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, as usual, we've had a bit of heat, and basically the entire world is saying, right. Yeah, basically what we're at is, we're at a situation where every newspaper is basically saying we're having a heat wave for the next 30 days. Which is not good for Mel in the studio. Mel roasts in heat waves in the studio. Okay, so... Nah, 20s. I can live with that. They were saying 30s. Don't throw the offcuts, Mel. Donate them to a terrainiac. No, you've got to understand. I've got loads of... I've been doing this coming on 5, maybe 6 years now. And all my offcuts for those 5-6 years are in that shed. And that's all that's in that shed. And that shed is full. Yeah, and that shed's an 8-foot by 10-foot shed. I've got to go out and mow the lawn here. It's got overlong. I had Corbin doing that today. It was delightful. He's supposed to do it every couple of weeks, but he's sort of slacked off. And as such, yeah, it got a bit overgrown. So he got it done, he got it raked, and job done. So quite happy there. Right, I've got 5 questions in so far. Couple of interesting ones. Couple of basic admin ones. Nothing special. We're having those picture postcard days out here. Started my morning at Surface Point before hitting the shop. Very hard to leave it. Surface Point. Then again, Kat, yeah, in all fairness, I can sit back and say that sounds lovely. But your entire county was on fire not long ago and there were mudslides and all that palaver. So, you know, it's ums and ahs. Right, just so you know, quick update on the donation thing. I've adjusted it for the super chats. Yeah, we are raising funds to update the audio in the studio to finalise that. We've pretty much got the cameras there. The audio is the last one. We've sorted out pretty much everything here, which is good. Yeah. And so that's what we're raising funds for on this live show. As you know, when we do the live shows, this is how I get kit for the studios and that sort of stuff. There's that up there. I've got to get better at... Which way is it? There. If I point at the light... There you go. Works perfectly then. If I put my light... that up there, yeah, basically that's what that's about. When you donate via the links below, specifically the Streamlab one, yeah, we get the funny, oh yeah. Yeah, and that moves along. Right, the fires, the floods, just details. Just details. Right, been a bit busy lately and a bit manic. Kez has just finished her master's degree. Okay, she then started one job, finished that, and she's got herself another job. Yeah, the first job was working where she had a placement. What is your job now?
Ecologist.
You're an ecologist.
Yeah.
What are the eyebrows for? I'm not going to say something sarky.
Just waiting.
So how many habitats is this HS2 going to...
None of your beeswax.
None of my beeswax. But yes, Kez has got a job. Yeah. But as part of being an ecologist, yeah, it means that she's basically doing... Is it dusk and dawn shifts? Kez? Is it dusk and dawn shifts? All sorts of shifts on a 3-week rota. So basically, we're waiting for her to get a rota so we can figure out when and where and how we do family and all that sort of stuff. At the minute, we've only got one car, so once she actually gets paid, she'll be able to get a car and things will get a lot easier. Yeah. In the meantime, while she's been going work and running around with family and that sort of stuff, I've been getting incredibly fit on my bike. Yeah, I can now bike to Spode in 15 minutes, which is quite impressive because it takes about 10 minutes to drive there. Right, you got it quickly. Now, I do know very quickly I've got to do one quick shout out. Yeah, for our Tim. Yeah, our Tim H. He's donated. Yeah, he's done it via PayPal, so I can't put him on the screen. I've got to figure out how I do that. How goes your castle build? Ah, I've seen this question in the comments, Tim. I decided to go with a pre-made with Hudson Allen and spend my time on the hill and surrounding moat versus doing it all from scratch. That makes sense. Get a kit and then customise it. Make it your own sort of thing. Here's the link since you've never heard of them before. I've got that link in there. I will have a no shortly. Right, we've got about another 5 minutes before we jump onto the questions. So make sure... Get your questions down below. Batwoman. Yeah, technically she's Batwoman. For the rest of 2018, which dates you have to reserve? Where are you going? I don't know. I don't think that far ahead. Everyone's saying congratulations.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Druid's gone. Thank you, buddy. That sounds so rude. I have to be careful as well, yeah, because you can put text messages on. Luckily, it can censor them. You work as a badger botherer, Kez. No, actually, Kez volunteers as a badger botherer. Yeah, but she works as a... ecological surveyor, I think. Get some new IGS, the punk rock girls from Nugmugger. I've not heard of those. Do you remember when the Phoenix play, Phoenix Wargaming Group? They did some Imperial Guard female models, and they were beautiful. Resin ones, torsos and heads and that sort of stuff. Not the not the sort of exaggerated females or anything like that. They were just really nice, sensible female models. They look great. Yeah, I never actually got any of them though. Also, thank you, Kat. Right, I think we need to get stuck into some questions, don't you? Right. Okay. First question we'll throw out to the group. Okay, are you ready? How old are you? So, how old do you think I am, guys? Let's see what we get. I'm quite curious to see what you think. We'll work out what the mean mode of median is. The guy in my club has done a female arm of Imperial Guard. Very nice. Yeah, when it's done nice, it's really nice. I've got some female... metal models, old GW ones. I've got the Bazooka Girl and stuff like that. Yeah. I think she's worth a fortune, to be truthful. I don't know what a fortune means, but when I've gone on eBay, I've seen like £80 for one model. It's like I'm saving this. Okay, we've got 48. Kat's thinking I'm 164. Felt that earlier. 44, 45, 46, 46, 43, 42, 36. Thank you, Jason. 4 score at yours and 10. 46, 43, 47, 41, 50, 46. I'm getting concerned. I'm really getting concerned here, guys. Paul Emsel saying 47, 25 plus, 43. I'm 36, I would say you're 45, Mal. I think you were 40 last year, so 41. 44 years, 45 days and 16 hours. Yeah, Das Clay works in moulds. Nice. Old enough to sell God his first dog. 42. Do you know what? I'm getting a little bit concerned. Yeah, because most of you are pegging me a lot older than I actually am. I'm 43. And a young 43. I mean, I know I've got the grey and everything. Right, that's it. Kez, get me some Just for Men. They all reckon I'm about 46 to 50. Why are we counting? Too damn young. Old enough to know better. Oh, you mean physically? Oh, right. In the head, we're all about 6. That's so true. Ooh, Tim nailed it. Ooh. So, yes. I think I'm going to start dyeing my beard. Seriously, I'm going to start dyeing my beard. That's shocking, that is. I mean, I know over these years that I've been doing this terrain shooter malarkey, it's gone a little bit white. Yeah, it was black when I started. But it was just a heavy paper round, you know what I mean? You said 43 last show. There you go. And you said it before I got to press send. There you go. For some reason I thought you were 10 years older than I was. Dodge that bullet. Right. It's the kids that give you the grey. You know, that's so true. Corbin, yesterday, I swear I could see the grey growing around here slowly through the day. As the day went on and you know, we got further and further on with it. Yeah, I could definitely see the grey growing, you know what I mean? Shave off your beard and you'll look 30. Kez won't let me shave my beard off. She says I look like a baby. I'm genuinely, if I shave my beard off, I look so young. It's weird. How's OBS working out? It's settling, mate. It is settling. I'm learning to use it, and I'm learning to use, you know, the various features of it. At the minute, I'm only managing to stream to one service. I want to combine it, stream to Twitch, and I want to stream to, to Facebook as well. Yeah, so I've got to figure out how to do that. Yeah, but actual running OBS and that sort of stuff, it was pretty easy. We haven't had any major problems, teething problems. The chat's working well. The donations are there. Our targets are up there. There. Get it right, Bose. You should know better. Never ask a question that you aren't prepared for the smart ass responses. Remember the group you are talking to. Oh, I know. Right. Sit. It says I've got 10 questions. Now, I've done one. Let's what you call it? Mel, why don't you like palm trees? There's no I haven't got anything specifically against palm trees. It's just when I've ever modelled them, doesn't matter how much effort I put into them, yeah, something always goes wrong. I screw up somewhere, yeah, and I've done it loads of times, and you'd think by now I'd get it right, yeah, but they're just my kryptonite, and it's just become a bit of a running joke. Mac the Maker saying, I've been struggling like hell with OBS. Can't get my videos to go full screen, even though the settings said it should be. I had that problem when you load your webcam. Yeah, you've got, when you go to configure the video input, you know, it's got default and then it's got like the high def numbers. What you actually have to do is you have to actually change it to custom. Leave all the other settings perfectly fine. Change it to custom, and then it does the full. You know, what is it? 1920 by 1080 or something like that. It does the full screen then. But basically, change default to custom in the webcam configuration option, mate, and that sorts that problem. Because I had that, yeah, literally a couple of streams ago. Yeah, and since I've done it, my videos, my beautiful face is a lot more high definition. So we're figuring it out. Right. So that's why I don't like palm trees. Next question. Have you added the mini fridge to the Amazon wish list? No, I haven't. Not yet. Right. Should we get stuck into some terrain questions? Remember, guys, if you do have any questions, get them down below in the Google Doc link. Yeah, all you need to do is hit the link, go over, just enter a username and enter a screen name or wherever, and just enter your question. You don't have to log in or anything like that. Yeah, just submit your question there, and then I'll be able to keep track of them. I miss them if they're in the comments, guys. Right. First terrain question. Questions. Let's do this. Let's do it. Individuals. Responses. Individual. Mac the Maker. How would you do drag marks, i.e. the crashed TIE fighter dragging its wings into the ground? To do drag marks, what you've got to understand is you've got to be able to go into your surface. So it helps if your surface is foam. Yeah, even if it's just 10mm foam, just to build it up and that sort of stuff. And it's sort of a two-part process. You've got to go in and make your drag marks, and you can score them. You can use hot tools, so you know, like a soldering iron or something like that. Yeah, or you can just use a braid and chivel them out, bit of sandpaper, scratch them out. But you've got to remember, when something drags along the ground, yeah, not only does it drag into the ground, but it takes that debris and it pushes it either side of the dragging tool. A bit like ploughing. Okay, so at the same time, Dad's modelling putty, milliput, and build up an earth embankment by the drags. Okay, it doesn't really matter whether you start light and finish deep, or start deepish and finish light. Yeah, just make it uniform. You know what I mean? So if your deepest like drag marks, score marks are at the start of the trail, have them at the start of the trail on all the bits that are dragging, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Or if at the end of the trail, just match it up. So don't have a deep bit at one start. And you can, but it takes a lot of skill to pull that off. But yeah, it's about scoring in with whatever you use to score it, and then building up the embankments with whatever you use to build up the embankments. Trying to keep an eye on the chat while I'm going. Right. Right, that's Tim's question. And he's asking about my castle. I haven't even started my castle yet, mate. Yeah, I'm still getting to the stage where... Mitch Toy. Now, he's recommended... I'm still getting to the stage where I'm ready to actually go with it. Yeah? You said you'd never seen Hudson Allen, so here's a link. Yeah. There you go for you guys. Oh. Hoarding kit assembly directions. Ah, right. So they're basically casts. I like that. Damage castle ward. What else do Hudson Allen do? Oh, they do all sorts of castle bits. Oh, some nice hoardings there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they're nice. The deluxe 6-section model, $300. But then again, it's a payoff, isn't it? It's a payoff between the amount of money you're willing to spend and also the amount of time you want to invest into building a castle. You know, I mean, $300 in actual time isn't actually that much time, in all honesty. And it's whether you could get something that good with the materials as well in that time. I mean, I'm thinking of it commercially as a hobby, you know. It's a different equation. But very nice, dude. Very nice indeed. Right. Next question. Red Green. What do you think of the tinfoil trees seen on the tube? I haven't seen tinfoil trees seen on the tube. Let's have a quick search. Oh, they're nice. Yeah, I can see that. I wouldn't say they're the most, I wouldn't say they're the most realistic or or sturdy of trees. I mean, it's a technique, mate, but I wouldn't use it for wargaming. Not unless you were going to firm it up with clay afterwards or do something like that. And I'm not sure that the tinfoil works right for the fronds. Right, so yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Odin. Thank you, buddy. We're slowly getting towards our target. Very nice. Right, you know that zombie guy? That's there, him. Okay. Someone a long time ago did a GIF of me, an animated GIF of me. Yeah, doing the gopher dance. Does anyone know where that is? Can someone send it for me, please? And I'll modify that. So I do it's a dancing GIF of me doing it, you know, the gopher dance instead. Alright, next question. Let's get stuck in, eh? Right. Turtrix Gaming. Matt, how good is a spray... This is a good spray paint, but it's muddy. Have you ever done it? Please tell me. Should I base in brown, then spray? The spray paint like this, but it's a muddy area. Rust-Oleum. Right. You don't want Rust-Oleum textured spray to represent a muddy area, mate. A textured spray will give it a texture. Mud doesn't really have that texture. To make it a textured muddy area, what you really want to... Textured sprays are great for texturing up buildings and stuff like that. Yeah, for ground, especially muddy ground, they're not the best thing to go for, dude. Yeah, what you want to do is perhaps mix a bit of brown paint in with a bit of filler to make it like a bit of sloppy ground, and I go that way rather than using textured spray paint to create ground effects. Yes, pounds equal gopher dance. Well, I mean, if we hit our target tonight, yeah, because normally it's a gopher dance when we get to 3 figures. Yeah, if we hit 3 figures tonight, we have definitely hit our funding target. So yes, there will be a gopher dance at that point. Right, next question. Cat. Oh, have you added the mini fridge to the wish list? No, not yet, Cat. I've got to really check out a mini fridge. Get the right one. Right, I've got notifications on here. I just want to make sure I'm not Harry, Hardin. Gary Shaw, $3. I think I've had that one. Gets confusing now. And Brian sent me out a multicast with OBS. Thank you, buddy. Right. Oh, stretch me legs. Right. This is from Max. Hi Mel, not really a terrain question, it's more of a modelling question. I need a good steel and aluminium colour for a plastic kit that I'll be getting soon in the mail. Okay, and the thing is I would like to acquire the steel colour and aluminium colour, and I need that steel to be acrylic and brushable. I'm not that good with enamels. What would you say? Metallic? I mean, for steel's a matte metallic. I mean, if I was doing them, I'd probably using what you call it, bolt gun metal from GW, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, I love bolt gun metal. Is it still called bolt gun metal, or is it a different colour now? 40Kers. What's the GWs? What's the new dark metal colour like? You can get Vallejo mud effects if you don't have the look of making mud texture you're after. Yeah, that's true. Hey, Mike. Yeah, what you call it? I'd look at metallic colours. I mean, you can get metallic craft colours anyway and just give them a wash, you know. But generally, if I'm doing metallics, if I'm doing steel and aluminium, yeah, I'll look at GW's bolt gun metal. Yeah, I often use a pewter coloured paint for something aluminium, then wash. Yeah. Bolt gun metal is a very dulled metal look. I think you can get matte metal spray paints if that's the sort you're after. Yeah, right. The GW one's now called Lead Belcher. Yeah. Dan Random, I'd recommend Vallejo metal colour. GW's is Lead Belcher now. So Vallejo metal colour. Yeah, Army Painter's good as well. What you call it? I've got the Army Painter one up there. What's that? Oh, my old legs. Yeah. For the Army Painter one, let me just... So, gunmetal's quite good. That's getting professional, isn't it? That's getting scarily professional. Army Painter, machine gun metal, yeah. And extreme metal is great through an airbrush. Mithril, so photo. Yeah, bolt gun metal is now called Lead Belcher. Right. GW have extortionate prices. Yeah. Nice one, James. Even in all, Britain's Got Talent is on. Thank the maker for the great terrain shooter to provide sanity and somewhere to escape from it. Do you know what? Britain's Got Talent, occasionally they have some really good acts, but I cannot watch the show. I can't watch the entire show, you know what I mean? Right. So yeah, you're looking at... I'd look at one of the hobby colours, mate. There's been a load of suggestions in the comments as well. Right, next question. Bill in Iowa. Is short static grass like 2mm or 4mm easier to apply than the long stuff? Anything I might want to do different when working with short static grass? Yes, okay, right, there's two ways. Let's put it, what you call it, right. When you say working with, yeah, we need to be clear. You can work with it without electrostatic tools and just apply it as a sprinkling, and you can use electrostatic tools. Now, where the short static grass comes in, and you know, basically everything you can do with the long sort of stuff you can do with the short stuff when it just comes to just applying it and sprinkling it and that sort of stuff. When it comes to the static charge, the only thing you really need to consider is that a lot of static tools, you know, the flock box, a lot of the, pretty much most static tools to be truthful, pretty much start to struggle after 6 mil. Once you get a bit more than 6 mil, you're not going to be getting good results with them, okay, with using static tools. And that's the only thing you really need to consider when it comes down to the length of static grass and working with them. Yeah, I've got to the stage now where I like working with blends. Yeah, so I mix different lengths and that sort of stuff, and I get far more realistic tufts that way and far more realistic effects. But like I say, I don't put anything more than 6 mil in. I've got some 8 mil and some 10 mil. Yeah, and to be truthful, I've hardly used it because, other than perhaps under scrub, yeah, under bushes and stuff like that for detailing, it's really difficult to work with. You know what I mean? Colour on the board. Yeah. Do it. With static charger. In which case, Bill, stick to your stick to your purely 6 mil. You know what I mean? No higher than 6 mil, mate. Right. Question 10 of 14. Dan. Looking at getting into 3D printing and wondered if you had any recommendations. I've heard good things about Ender 3 and the Preorder. I don't know, mate. 3D printing is something that I'm interested in getting into in time. Yeah, there's definitely a shift within the terrain making community towards using it as a tool. And why not? You know what I mean? To be truthful, 3D printing and terrain making is a massive conversation. Yeah, more than a show's worth, I think. But it's something I'm looking to get into as, you know, an additional skill. And, sorry, I can't help you with any recommendations, mate. Everyone's talking paints in the chat. Mel, any thoughts on Adapter's Titanicus? Looks lovely. Looks absolutely beautiful. Right. Question 11. Druid. How do you achieve angled cuts on harder plastics without them being angled or messy, or making them line up with other cuts? Mitre block seems to move around too much or leave too much play. Right, okay. I'm assuming that you're talking, yeah, about working with styrene sheets. Druid, is that right? If you are, yeah, then it's more about scoring your line correctly, yeah, using a ruler, a metal ruler and that sort of stuff, and then do the heavy cutting. Okay. I use... Is it to you, Jamie? Thanks for answering the question, Mel. No worries, Dan. Mike the Maker saying I have an Ender 3 amongst my fleet and it's a nice little printer. There you go. Hard plastic pieces. Right, cutting hard plastic pieces. So what you're talking about is cutting like drums up and that sort of stuff, perhaps? Or maybe the thicker panels. It's down to what you call it. It's down to essentially, you've got to use a metal ruler, yeah, and you've got to use clamps. And you've got to clamp the damn thing, yeah. Basically, get your piece, move it to where you want it, position it in a clamp with a metal ruler on the cut line, clamp the metal ruler, then come in with something like a jeweler's saw, use that for your cutting, okay, and cut it that way. That's the way I do it. It's not an easy thing to do, to be perfectly honest, yeah. 3D printing is a hobby in itself. Yeah, most definitely. YouTuber by the name of 3D Printed Tabletop. good for advice. I'll check him out. 3D printed tabletop. Like I say, it's an area I know bugger all about. Let's give him a sub. Let's give him a shout out. Yeah, guys, if you are interested, there seems to be a lot of recommendation for this guy in the comments now. There you are. But no, what you'd like to say, I'm quite interested in 3D printing and that sort of stuff. Mainly for making masters for molds. Yeah. Especially sci-fi stuff. Me and Corbin are getting quite heavily into Legion. Okay. And we've decided we're going to build Mos Eisley. Yeah, we're going to scratch build it out of blue foam. So I've been bringing all the bits back, and with Kez working nights and stuff like that, Mel's going to be quite lonely once the kids go to bed. I know. Yeah. But anyway, Mel's going to be quite lonely once the kids are in bed. And so I want a scratch building project I can do from home. So I've been looking at Mos Eisley. Yeah. I've been practicing my drawing. Yeah. Give me 2 secs. Let me show you this. Oh. And so, there we go. Could you see that? How was your Saturday night? Pages and pages. And a few smart of you will start to recognise what I'm trying to achieve there. Let's see who recognises it. Where are my comments? There they are. If you set a stop in the mic box, all your parts will come out that same length consistently. Yeah, that's nice. People are talking printers. Cat. There's a paint range compatibility chart with. Right, nice one. Mel, if you're going to be doing molds, you'll probably want an SLA DPL UV light cured resin printer. I don't know yet. Yeah, I'm quite lucky. Yeah, because not a few many miles from here, there's a major distributor of 3D printers. Yeah, a disty company for all sorts of different sort of 3D printers, and basically through a connection with the council, yeah, I've had an introduction to their MD, so I'm going to go up and sort of spend an afternoon talking about 3D printers with them, you know, because these guys are, you know, they've got ones from little simple ones to ones that cost £20,000, so they seem to, you know, and they fix them and do all that sort of stuff, so it seems to be what you call it, you know what I mean? Why is the donation bar at the bottom not? I think that was off. Hopefully I've sorted that. Yeah, that's sorted. Learn something new. You have to refresh your OBS sources. Right, learn that. Yeah. Timmy's going to do a scratch build at home during this Kez weird job schedule. Yeah, Kez's weird job schedule. It's going to, I believe, Mos Eisley. Yeah. Just got back. What were all the arches? And modular 3D. Yeah, me and Corbin, we want to build Mos Eisley. So I figure I've got a spare camera, you know, one of the little ones from the studio, so I can use that. I've got a spare tripod here. Yeah, I have filmed at home before. I've got the materials here. I'm waiting for a new metal ruler and some new blades and that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I can have a set at home and a set at work. Yeah. And fingers crossed, I'm going to start building, scratch building Mos Eisley. Yeah, I've got a load of, I've got a load of tools and stuff from Gerard at Shifting Sands. So once we've got the basic building stuff down, yeah, I'm going to have a play with those to do the round stuff and the angled stuff. So it's going to be quite interesting. But basically, the reason why I'm doing it at home is that with this new job of Kez's, she's in and out at all different times, yeah? So we've got to jumble around when I can get into the studio, and there'll be times when I can't, because, you know, I've got to look after the kids, etc. Yeah, and in that situation, I want terrain projects at home that I can work on. You know what I mean? Yeah? One for the live shows, because if Kez isn't in and I'm on my own, I might as well just, you know what I mean, jump on a live stream for an hour or something like that while I'm building. The other thing is, so I can keep producing content whilst doing the daddy thing, the daddy duties. Yeah, and so, yeah, we're going to be building Mos Eisley. Yeah, I've got a few bits. I've got a load of half spheres, polystyrene half spheres coming. Right. I have a feeling James's partner is watching Britain's Got Talent in the other room. Mel will be needing a brew in a second. Right, so that's the battle plan. I've got all my foam in there. I've got various tools. I've been drawing designs up and that sort of stuff. I've got some new Niachrome wire, so I can use hot tools again, my scroll table, because I've been waiting to get some replacement wire, and you wonderful guys through your donations sorted that for me. So yes, Mos Eisley, and that also means desert terrain. Yeah, it also means I've got to finish painting up these buggers. So I'm going to have to get into painting at some point. Do you know how long it's been since I've painted a model? It's been a long time, in all fairness. We might have to do a paint along, because I don't even know how to paint these. They've been sprayed white though. They have palm trees and Mos Eisley. I'm sure they do. No, they don't. I've checked. It's an alien planet. Mel, the random live streams from home should be notified on the Facebook page because YouTube notifications really suck. Thank you, Jerry. Why are the donations in dollars? Because the donations go through a company called... Well, they don't go through a company called Streamlab, but the software I'm using is from a company called Streamlab, and they work in dollars because they're US. I have a striking hand. With a brush? With what with a brush? What have I missed? Look up... So Rasto's painting channel. Yeah, I've seen his tutorials, but I've already kind of screwed up because he goes for a darker grey to start off with, so I'm just going to have to wing it from there. I remember Scrapyard Wars. Oh, Ramshackle. Ramshackle. I'm going to have to reach out to Ramshackle. I need some resin bits. Mel, use a black ink, then going over the high parts with white again. Bam. Stormtrooper done. No palm trees on Tatooine. Paint the miniatures. Oh god, now my wife is watching some crap on YouTube with the volume up louder than the king. I'm watching this whilst watching this on Facebook. The amount of times. Yeah. As you guys know, I do smoke. Yeah. I don't smoke on a live stream, you'll notice, anymore. Yeah, and we don't smoke in the living room. We normally smoke in the kitchen with the back door open. Yeah, but quite often if I'm having a cigarette, I want to watch something and Kez is watching something at the same time. Yeah, so I'll just sit there with headphones on. I'm quite happy. I always wanted to compete that on show. James, one of you needs headphones. I would suggest you get them and not tell her to get them. Note to self, don't watch Mel while playing Ark and not pause the game. I turned back to the game to see my face being eaten off by a T-Rex, have a broken leg, and now I'm dead. Luckily I have a bed in my base. Whoa, he needs a man cave. Who needs a man cave? Me? Or James? Right, let's get some questions going. Ooh. Ba 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 ba. Da 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 da. Actually, have I got a brick? Oh, shocking! I'm on my last mouthful. Okay. Cat's asking, can you do a foam mountainside using cork bark? Just shaving foam. Right. This could be one of those, one of those lost in translations, but in the UK, shaving foam is a foam, is like a expanding foam like soap that we put on our faces to shave with. Okay? I'm assuming in this context you're saying shaving foam because you're talking about shaping the foam with a blade and abrasive tools and cutting tools. Yeah? Unless there's some weird American building product called shaving foam. If someone could clarify that for me in the comments, she meant expanded foam. Right. Can you do a mountainside using cork bark without using cork bark, just expanded foam? Yes, you can. Yeah. You got to spread it out nice and thin. Do it as a layer while it's flat so you can tilt it up. Okay? Yeah. Quite often people build them on substructures. Be quick with your movements, okay? If you concentrate in one area, yeah, you get a large expanse. What you want to do is... Oh, that was perfect timing.
Do you want some mint ice cream?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, can I have a brew as well?
No.
No! Then again, I am getting mint ice cream. I love mint chocolate chip ice cream. Yeah, so you can spray. Okay, you got to do it quickly, thin lines, so when they expand, they don't expand too far. After you've got that, it's a matter of going in and shaping it with your cutting tools and that sort of stuff, and just shaping the angles out of it, which isn't hard. You know, just keep it irregular, remove anything that looks remotely roundish or too uniform, you know what I mean, and you'll be absolutely fine. Tatooine as droid eating barb trees. I don't believe you. You're making that up. Nom. Yes, nom. I love nomming down. Right. Question 13 of 18 by Ben. Oh my God. Why, thank you, my love.
Do you want to just pull on curtains too?
Yeah, sure, babe. Alright, what's going on in the comments today? Okay, nothing major. Right, so let's get cracked on. Ben's asking, odd question. I'm going to take apart an old sofa sometime soon. Apart from anything from it, I should be able to use for terrain making. Yeah, I'm thinking the upholstery might be useful for clump foliage. Anything else? Upholstery is most definitely useful for clump foliage. You know, I've raided sofas in the past and it's good stuff. It depends. Depends how clean it is, to be perfectly honest, mate. What are you looking sad for? Because I've got ice cream. Tough. Beyond the actual foam in the cushions, when I've got rid of sofas in the past, there's been nothing in the sofa I've found useful for terrain making. You know what I mean? Have I got everyone talking about ice cream now? Oh, just as he gets to my question, guess I'll never get an answer now. I'm answering, Ben. No, mate, other than the watcher, other than your cushions, that's all you're going to get out of a sofa, to be perfectly honest, mate. Right. Question 14 of 18. Share Malmini? No, it's my ice cream. You want it, you come and get it, Keely. Yeah, if you do have a sofa that happens to have horsehair in it, rubberized horsehair, save that. That's like rocking horse droppings. Patrick's going to travel to Tatooine after Mel's show to look for palm trees. Good luck with that trip, mate. Right. Did Mel just invite us all to his house? We'll have a party. Right. There's a discussion since I'm nomming down on ice cream about about what people's favourite flavours are. Right. More modelling question than terrain. This is from 57 Dent, Doug. I'm building a model of a golden hind. What's a golden hind? Is it a dog or something like that? And it's got hatch covers. Right, it's not a dog then, is it? That are about 8 foot by 8 foot. What the hell is a golden hind? I'm going to have to search that now. Golden hind. Ah, it's a ship. The Golden Hind was an English galleon best known for a privateering circumnavigation of the globe between 1577 and 1580. So 3 years. But it's a ship. Right, now it's in context. Alright then, let's get back to this question. It's a helicopter. It's Putin's personal helicopter because it's golden. Keely, have you never heard of what you call it? Coffee ice cream. Right. Right. It's got hatch covers that are 8 by 8, 2 by 2 in scale. In real life, they would have been made with notched 4 by 4s every 8 foot, leaving 4 square holes. I've tried painting, looks awful and fake. I've tried drilling multiple holes over the field, but you can tell the holes are round and not square. Any thoughts on how this might be modelled? Yes. Get yourself a square file, mate. Drill yourself a little round hole to start it off, and then just file it through until you get to the correct width. You can get square files in all sorts of dimensions, easily up to what you need them to. Yeah, start small and build it up. The other option, in fact, no, it would be too small to cut. So yeah, needle files, needle nose files. Needle nose? Needle files. Also diamond files, I think they're called. But get a square one and do it like that. Just keep your hand going up and down till you get it perfect. And that's how I'd do that. There's a massive conversation about ice cream now. Right, so let's do next question. We're doing a good show today, aren't we? Between what you call it, between the eating of ice cream. I have a feeling I'm not going to be go for dancing this show, but that's okay. I can accept that. Also, I'm in PJ bottoms, so it's probably best to be perfectly honest, because Mel's not wearing pants. I started it. And we just carry it on. Yes, Gary, you do. Another question from my cat. Have you decided if Thursday will definitely be from home? I don't know, Doc. Yeah, Kerry hasn't had a rota yet, so right now I honestly don't know. Mel, I'm doing a pot of tea. Do you want one? I could do with a coffee, mate. Right, next question. 16 of 19. Other Charon. I want to build some Gothic themery for my 40k army, larger bases. If I want to construct pillars, parts of buildings, highways, what material do you advise I use? My experience so far has been limited mostly to plasticard. Thank you for your time. Right, you want to be looking at foam board and XPS foam. Yeah, high density foam basically. I haven't got any foam board to hand here. My foam's in there. But yeah, the easiest way for me to answer this question is if you go to my Back to Basics playlist, you'll find common terrain materials. Yeah, a video on that. Yeah, and I go through all of the major materials there, and I cover specifically where to get them from and what you're looking for and all that sort of stuff, mate. Okay, so that's my recommendation for you. Hit that up. Yeah, go have a look at that video. Yeah, and that'll explain what foam board is and where you get it from, what EPVC is, which is your basing material, and where you get it from, and also what the high density foam is and where you get it from. So check that video out. It's either your common terrain questions answered or common terrain materials, but it's in the Back to Basics playlist. Right. 17 of 19, Bill. Okay, here's another. How much area do you think a 20-gram bag of 2 mil static grass would cover? I don't know. I buy my grass by the kilo. I'm being serious. I get my static grass. Yeah, I buy in kilo bags. You know, I think the smallest amount of static grass I've purchased, smallest bag of grass I've purchased in at least a couple of years has got to be like half a kilo. I've never bought less than half a kilo of grass. So trying to work out what 20 grams bag of 2 mil static grass would cover. What's 20 grams worth of grass? Is it barely? I don't know. The range do A4 sheets of foam board? Yes, they do. So yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that, Bill. I buy my grass in much bigger bags, mate. Tim is asking, are you going to use LED or fibre optic on your Mos Eisley board? Oh, what a woman. Why, thank you. £20 is the normal hobby store bag. Is it? Right. Well, I know for a fact, I'm quite curious now, if 20 grams is the normal hobby store bag, I buy a kilo bag of static grass for approximately £25. How much does 20 grams cost? Just before we move on to the Mos Eisley question. I buy my grass by the kilo sounds wrong. It's true though. So go on. What's the current price for 20 grams of grass? Hobby grass. This tub set me back 11 quid. And how much is it? £4 to £7, €3. So if we say, I know a guy that's yeah, I'm sure, smells funny and can't use it. Kilo for 25 gives 20 grams for 50p. Yeah, that sounds about right. And people are paying how much? And remember, yeah, that kilo isn't the bulk buy price, that's the kilo price. If I was to buy 20 kilos of grass, the price comes down considerably. Someone is making a lot of money in the community. If you're after static grass for £25 for a kilo, check out flocking.biz. Link in the comments now. That's where I buy it from. Oh, I've got to try again. Let me try http://. It won't let me post it. It is flocking.biz though. Why won't it let me post my own comment? How bizarre. I wonder if I can post it in that comment box. Let's try here. No, it won't let me do it. I am banned from commenting on my own chat. Nice. So I buy it from flocking.biz. Yeah, right. Going back to Tim's question, are you going to use LED or fibre optic on your Mos Eisley board? Do you know, I was thinking about saving that for a different project, to be truthful. Just a minute. Oz, what's my free, mate? Come on. Go on, lad. Have a treat. Did you spell flocking wrong? No, I didn't. YouTube doesn't allow posts to outside sites. Yeah, but I linked earlier to the castle, which was an outside site. But anyway, we'll figure it. Right, so yeah, on the LED and the fibre optic stuff, I've got a particular project that I want to use all that stuff on. Yeah, and it's an X-Wing board. Yeah. But it's quite a costly build. I priced it up and it's looking, just in materials, yeah, it's looking at costing about £600. Now yes, that sounds expensive, and I understand this is for a 4x4 X-Wing board, but I've got to get some very specialist work done, sign printing wise, for it to work. Yeah, I can't explain what I need to do because that'll give the game away completely, and I don't want to give the game away completely. Yeah, but it's an expensive build, and I've got no one to buy the table. Yeah, and so putting aside the time element, yeah, the cost element of just the materials alone, it's not viable at the minute. I need to find a store who's willing to, you know, put a couple of grand down on, you know, a feature X-Wing table. And they're few and far between. It's the same with all the hobby products. Barbed wire will cost you about, yeah, £5 for 3 5 meters. It's double twist signet wire, yeah, £8 for 100 meters at consumer price. 15 quid for 500 meters wholesale. Yeah, I've got a roll of that back at the studio. What's the name of the sawdust flock? I use Javis. I noticed they just done that recently. Is it because of UK law on copyright? Is what? No, I don't think it's that new Article 13. That's going to be interesting. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing LEDs and all that sort of stuff. The issue I'm facing is that the project I want to do them in, yeah, it's just an expensive project, guys. I mean, I want to build the world's best X-Wing table. Yeah, I mean, really, truly top end. But to do it, yeah, like I say, putting aside the time side of it, yeah. Putting aside the time side. Kaz, let the dog out, Duck. Thank you. Putting aside the time side, the actual costings of having it done, it's just prohibitive. Speak to Weekend Warlords in Loughborough. They have the European and World champions as part of their shop team. They are regular customers. I don't know Weekend Warlords. Mal, have you looked at Luke APS's flocking and other hobby stuff? Quite cheap. Cheaper than brand, at least as good. I've seen his video on the flocking and making the sawdust flock and that sort of stuff. It always comes down to this sort of situation. My general recommendation is, if you're making, yeah, enough terrain pieces, i.e. you're a commercial maker or you're making tournament terrain or something like that and you're making a lot, then yeah, make your own flocks, make your own clump foliages, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but the sad reality of it is that when it comes down to it, if you're not, it's actually more time consuming and costly to make your own hobby materials than it is to buy them. Yeah, and there's benefits to buying them. Yeah, it's a lot easier to standardize your hobby products. Yeah, you get a lot less failures with your hobby products by using commercial ones. I mean, you've got to remember, yeah, on my entire D-Day board, I use less than a handful of flock. Do you know what I mean? I think even at commercial rates from Javis, I used about 80 pence worth of flock on that entire board. So I don't need to make buckets and buckets of the stuff. The only people who are really making their own flocks and their own clump foliages, who are people who are banging out mass-produced, you know, custom scenery, you know, the eBayers, all the low-end terrain stuff, yeah, because they're just knocking it out, yeah, and they're using a lot of products, yeah, to knock this stuff out because it's a commercial process. If you're doing it as a hobby, it'll be cheaper and more time effective just to get the commercial brands, even with the ridiculous markup of the hobby. I mean, obviously, don't buy your static grass from a gaming store. Buy it from a railway store. It's still cheaper, you know. But the only people who should be really looking at buying a kilo of static grass, yeah, is people who are doing a hell of a lot of terrain making. Thanks, Gary. Good lads, they stream X-Ring. Look for Rastermass painting on Facebook. Check out the Wookiee Millennium Falcon. I'll take a nose. I was planning to make the best X-Wing table too. Game on, Patrick, game on. I've got sort of layering my flux looks good, and the brush off makes for a nice blend. Yeah. Right, let's move on. Jamie, which is better, Crystal R or Herculite 2? Crystal R. Crystal R is approximately 3 times stronger than Herculite. Herculite 2. So yeah. Right, that's me caught up with my questions. What are we on? 20 past? Ah, that gives us 5 minutes to wrap this up, and it's been a good show. Oh, stretch, Bosicle, stretch. Now we have got... Check this out. Look at that. You beautiful people, you. Yeah, like that. What's going on here then, Bosicle? Don't take yourself out. Oh yes. And shall we see what it's like? I'm just playing with this. I haven't properly played with this now we've got it all set up. Right, let's head over to we want desk cam, transition, yeah. So, what do we reckon about? Is that? Well, if I move across to there, what's the detail like on that, or do we need it closer? What do you reckon? Oh, my black bar doesn't go all the way down the bottom of the screen. I've just noticed. Hey, Diggy. Peace has been restored. What's the plan for the week? I'm in the watcher. I'm in the studio tomorrow. Let's lower this a bit. Yeah. How's that? Is that better? If I get a paintbrush. I haven't got a paintbrush to hand, so I'll get a pen. A bit closer, Mel. Do you reckon this will be good enough? I mean, I've got to be careful because, as you can see in the watch, it's sort of like in my face. Yeah, so I'll have to probably use that screen to be truthful. Closer than that. He will have a Thursday show. We just don't know if it's from studio or home. I don't know, guys, to be perfectly honest. But there we go. How about we'll move that to there. Move that down a bit. Angle that to there. A little bit. Yeah. That's a bit better, isn't it? And then I'm naturally, let's say I'm working here. Obviously I'm going to be working on terrain and all sorts of stuff, guys. Yeah. My hand gets in the way there, doesn't it? So if we move it up a bit, and there. How about now? We can do a bit of final. Is that close enough? Yeah. I think the autofocus is throwing it off a bit. Yeah, but what I can do is I can manually focus it once we've got, you know, maybe zoom a tad. We'll have to see. Yeah, focuses reasonably well, doesn't it? Focus. He says, right. We'll figure it out. We will. Achieve maximum erection. There we go. That's not the screen I was after. There we go, and back to live. There we are. Right. Top view or that view would be best. Yeah. Would be close enough if I had my damn PC up and running. I have a large fat screen. Video quality of the show is fine now. I like the improvements in sound, especially the modulation. You are a loud talker and Jace is quiet. And stop screaming at Kez in the next room. Sorry, mate. Fab, best. Try moving the keyboard. That's what the focus is focusing on. I will, Cat, I will. I just wanted to test out what that was like, but it works for us. Right, guys, so I now know that I can build terrain at my desk. Got a live show and it works. First time I've properly tested that while we were live. Yeah, so I'm quite chuffed with that. Listen, thanks to my, my stream heroes today. Yeah, my Odin, Druid, yeah, George M. And a few others in there as well down below. Right, guys, I'm going to love you and leave you. Yeah, because I've got a busy day in the studio tomorrow. So, I'll catch you next week, guys. Yeah, there should be a video on Tuesday, a quick channel update so you know what's going on. Because by then, I'll know what's going on. And then from there, it's plain sailing. Right, guys, I've got to figure out how I switch this off. There's the end stream button. Yeah, go towards the light, Mal. That was the plan, dude. Laters, folks. All the best, yeah? Ta-da.